I'm tired and just want to hang out with my mom. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a 2017 theatrical release about the Guardians meeting Peter's dad for the first time, including Peter, and how they find out he's an evil celestial. It's directed and written by James Gunn, cinematography by Henry Braham, editing by Fred Raskin and Craig Wood, and the music's by Tyler Bates. The film stars Chris Pratt as Peter, Zoe Saldana as Gamora, Dave Bautista as Drax, Vin Diesel as Groot, Bradley Cooper as Rocket, Klementieff as Mantis, Michael Rooker as Yondu, Karen Gillan as Nebula, and Kurt Russell as Ego. May of 2014, Feige said the film had franchise potential, and James Gunn said he would love to return for a sequel. In July of 2014, Nicole Perlman confirmed a sequel and that James Gunn would be back. In October 2014, all the original Guardians were going to be back for the sequel, and then James Gunn wanted to add in Mantis and Adam Warlock, and then ended up removing Adam Warlock because the film was getting too busy. He noted that Warlock could return for future, though. He wanted to keep Quill as the only Earthling for a while, and they did decide that Quill's father would be different than Jason like it is in the comics. Gunn wrote a treatment/script. They called it a scriptment because it was a little bit longer than a normal treatment. It was 70 pages. And for a while, Gamora was supposed to be the one that dies, but Marvel begged him not to kill her because they wanted her to die in Infinity War. And so they went with Yondu dying instead. The prop master for the film had to make new Walkmans because all the ones they had for the previous film either broke or were missing, and Sony didn't have any more, and eBay was way too expensive, so he actually made Walkmans from scratch. Filming began February of 2016. They used all 18 stages at Pinewood Studios, had a lot of practical sets and CGI sets. They were the first film to use the Red Weapon 8K camera. It was a prototype when they were starting development, and worked with Red to finish the prototype so they could be the first film to use the Red Weapon 8K, which is crazy. They used a lot of stabilizing dolly to allow for a lot of spontaneity in all the shots, and so there was like this, silky movement going on. And they wrapped in June of 2016. 9 VFX companies worked on the film. It had a $200 million budget and made $869 million in the box office. 85% Rotten Tomatoes consensus. Guardians Volume 2's action-packed plot, dazzling visuals, and irreverent humor add up to a sequel that's almost as fun, if not quite as thrillingly fresh, as its predecessor. It was nominated for Best VFX at the Academy Awards and lost. There was a sequel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, released in 2023, and it has a short series on Disney Plus called I Am Groot. Cinematography and just visuals in this were gorgeous. The de-aging on Kurt Russell was infinitely better than Johnny Depp in Pirates 5, which is like the last freaking movie I watched. So the fact that the difference is so vast between the two movies is insane to me. I mean, it is still a little creepy looking because it doesn't look entirely real, and it's got this uncanny valley vibe, I feel like. But it looks way better and way more convincing compared to the Johnny Depp stuff was just uncomfortable. So great job with the aging of Kurt Russell in this. The opening is super fun, very classic Guardians. The whole title sequence is great. And then this flies. I don't think I was really ever bored. It's pretty quick, point A to point B. Things make sense. I don't really feel like I was ever okay, can this part be over? It moved. Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, so the soundtrack's good. It's a great soundtrack, as expected. I do feel like they have quite a few more bangers in this one than the first one, but that makes sense, because the first one was kind of a test. This one, obviously people love the first one, so it probably had more leeway on what songs they were able to use. And then the score was actually very good as well. I was on board with all of it. The setup for the film plot being about finding Peter's dad is a little obvious. Like right at the beginning, there's a conversation between Peter and Drax and Gamora, I think, where he says something specifically like, I don't know who my father is, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it feels very like, oh, hint, hint, wink, wink, that's what this movie's gonna be about. That was a little obvious. Obviously, I love the Guardians dynamic. I think what you fell in love with for their dynamic in the first one rings true in this one. It's very good. I love Mantis. Mantis makes me laugh so much. She's just so sweet. Like, I can't. So I love this movie because Mantis gets introduced. She's the best. What a hilarious character. Peter's hesitation when this guy comes and is like, I'm your dad. He's like, I'm not buying it. I'm like, I'm so with Peter on this. The vibes are off. It seems super suspicious. Like, what are you talking about? No, I don't want to go with you. And then the catch scene makes me laugh out loud. Like, it's so ridiculous and stupid, but like, it's funny, and I think that was on purpose. The whole like Yondu storyline is really touching and, you know, really good. It's got that heart to it. Yondu and Rocket's moment where, like, you know, he's like, I know you because you and I are the same. Like, that's a really good moment. I love that moment. And then my favorite moment in this movie, which sounds sad, is the reveal when Ego says, like, it killed me to put that tumor in her head. Like, I gasped in the theater when that happened. I saw this in theaters first. And when he's like, you know, I hate to put that tumor in her head, I could tell the vibes were off as soon as he was like, life turned out to be so disappointing and now he wants to take over. I was like, oh, okay, so he's a bad guy. That sucks. But when he said he put the tumor in Peter's mom's head, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I gasped in the theater, and I think that's like such like a good, I know like it feels a bit retconny because she, like, you know, but they set up in the first one that his dad paid Yondu to, you know, get Peter and all this kind of stuff. So absolutely such a good reveal. I like have always really loved that. There are 2 parent deaths in this. I am counting Yondu because he even does say like he was my dad, and I have counted adopted parents before. So I am going to count Yondu. So both Ego and Yondu die in this one. I'm counting them as both parent deaths. This is a solid story. Like, I really enjoy this. I think it's interesting and fun, and the little twist of, you know, Ego killed his mom is so good. Favorite part? It's really sad, but probably the reveal that Ego killed Peter's mom. Like, it's just such a good chilling moment. Like, you can't not be like, dang, okay. Otherwise, like, maybe Mantis. I just love Mantis. She's so sweet. Least favorite part? I'm not so sure. Maybe the Sovereign. That feels like a really random storyline. I mean, I get it. It's kind of essential to get, like, Yondu in the same place, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, I don't know. It feels very random. Recommend? Yeah. Watch again. I'm sure I will. Overall, this is a really fun time. And that's everything I really have for it. My final rating is going to be, let's do 8. Should we do, like, planets? Or maybe Pac-Man? Let's do 8 Pac-Man out of 10. Our total movie count is. Our parent death toll is. Cry count is still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I want you to win, follow me on all socials to find out what movie I want you to win. I put out videos every Monday and Friday, and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. Got a tier starting at just $1. You get every video a week early, coupon code for merch, and exclusive merch access. I'm lying. That's old. They still haven't done the coupon codes. They're working on it. I've talked with my merch company, and they're trying to do that. And then exclusive merch, that's a whole thing I'm also trying to work on. Don't worry, I'm working on it for you guys. But otherwise, Tears of the Dad, daily trivia, monthly postcards, bonus content, names in the description of every video, etc., etc., etc. Go check it out. Buy merch. Merch is great. Merch is grand. It's super fun, fabulous, fantastic. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so you do, and don't be ego about it, for sure. Okay.